Hi guys, welcome back to Lykz Tells All. Today we are doing an episode that is so very requested. It's kind of crazy. I was kind of waiting for like a good time. However, I feel like there's never a good time for this. I've talked to Kirsten a lot about like my friendship breakups and she's been really helpful with them. So I decided to bring her on as well to help you guys.
Hey guys, I'm Kirsten. I've talked to Lykz about a lot of things, friendship breakups being one, and I just feel like I personally can bring a different insight to the struggles of it, how you can move past it, because I myself have been through multiple of them. So I'm excited.
Would you say a friendship breakup is like similar, like heartache wise, to a real breakup?
Yes. I personally don't have a lot of real breakups to compare it to, but I have had my fair share of friendship breakups and makeups and then breakups and then makeups. I have been through a lot of it, and I'm not saying that I'm in the wrong. I'm not in the wrong for any of it. Yeah, I have been through good ones, immature ones, high school, out of high school, and the perspectives that some people like have on, oh well, it's nothing near that. You don't understand like heartbreak. Like you don't understand the heartbreak I get when there's someone who I literally have known since I was 4 or 5, or not even, it doesn't have to be that long, but like when you lose that person that you feel like is going to be in your life forever, support you, be there for you, and they're just gone. Like, that's hard.
I feel like that's my biggest thing is that people are like, it was just a friend. Like, you don't lose your boyfriend. I'm like, what? It should be really opposite.
I experienced friendship breakups more than I did boyfriend breakups because we didn't go through that. So, like, I can't sit there and say they're not the same, but I can sit there and tell you that if you have gone through both of them and someone tries to tell you that it's not like, why does your friendship breakup matter? Because, I mean, there's people that it matters to. Like,
do you have friends that, like, have other friends that, like, don't like the same things you do? Because a lot of the times that can drive friends to, like, break up, essentially.
Oh, 100%. I have all of my friends and I are in different, like, paths of our life right now. So, like, I have friends that have babies. I have friends that are pregnant. I have friends that are about to get married. And Jacob and I are just married. You know what I mean? Like, we're not at necessarily wherever. And I have people that are just out partying and doing whatever they want. And that's great. And I love that, and I don't get to see those people all the time, but it takes, to me, the person that is able to sit back and acknowledge that they have other things that they do that we don't do necessarily, or we haven't been able to experience, and still be able to be their friend. Like, personally, I think that's awesome. Like,
I think definitely activities or other, like, whatever, bring people together more.
Yeah.
However, have you ever had friends that have been friends with people that have done you wrong? Like, they stayed friends with them.
Yeah.
And what were you able, like, tell me the, like, mature thing, because, like...
Well, I have that, like, even to this day.
Oh, really?
I have people that I don't know if they consider me a friend, and that's fine. That's just my headspace, and how I think about it is I love them, and I still support them. I still comment on their, engagement or their new house that they bought. I just don't really surround myself with them. But that doesn't mean I can't support from afar. You know what I mean?
Those people are friends with people that have done you wrong?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I feel like...
But I'm going to interrupt you real quick, because a long time ago, that wasn't me. I would, like, absolutely not associating with you. Why would you do that? But I think as I've gotten older is you kind of have to, like, to me, I always tell anyone in situations like this, pick your battles.
Yeah.
And, like, protect your peace.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I'm sitting here constantly stressing that, like, I don't have these friends because they're friends with these friends, then, like, I have no peace.
Yeah.
Because especially in a small town, like, you're going to see these people.
Yeah.
And what am I supposed to do? Just, like, turn around and walk the other way? Like, yeah, I could, but I'm not that kind of person. I'm a happy person, and I love people, and I love people that love me, even if it's not in that moment. And I just ignore it. I'm like, oh, cool, they're friends. You don't know how she is yet.
I feel like that was my biggest struggle, because, like, one of my ex-friends and then friend, back and forth, like, they always stayed, like, friends. However, I feel like at a young age, like, right after high school, 18, I was like, okay, I'm, like, still can be your best friend, but let's make a boundary and not talk about her.
Yeah. And
we did really good. Like, I feel like that was good. I don't know. I feel like in a way I kind of regret that. Even though I was mature about it, I wish I was like, actually, fuck no.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think about it now and I'm like, protecting my peace is saying fuck off to both of you.
100%.
Like, you're gonna really stay friends with somebody that did me so, like, there's no way. So then it makes me look at them like, you're not the friend that I thought you were.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I go the mature route and just like, yeah, don't talk about it. Or I'm like, no, I don't want to be your friend either way now.
Yeah, I feel like it really just depends. Like, I think I got all of my, no, I don't want to say hatefulness because I don't think I have ever hated somebody, but I got all of my spite out when I was younger. I didn't get out of high school and say, you know what, we're going to be the very person. I was like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm pretty sure anyone that's going to listen to this will be able to tell you, yeah, I ran my mouth. And I ran my mouth because I didn't care. And when my I don't care attitude got me in situations that I didn't like. And as I've gotten older, I'll say this again, I've coming to realize that I'd rather just not have to think about it, not have to worry about it. And so when it comes to like, you're saying like, I don't know, should I just be friends with her and like not talk about her, or should I say fuck you to both?
Yeah.
I really think it just depends on like the person and what that person means to you, honestly, because
Agreed.
like, and it kind of contradicts what I said, because I said those friends that I still consider friends might not necessarily consider me friends, and I'm still supporting them, but that's just me. And there's not a lot of people that are able to just do that. Everyone's always told me I am so quick to forgive.
Really?
But I just think how I've been raised, like, family's family, friends are family, and like I consider like all of my friends family. I have a big heart, and I'm not saying because you don't do that, but that's your way of processing it.
I've only been like this, I swear, for like the last year. I feel like I've always had the biggest problem forgiving people. All my friends are like, dude, you can't forgive them this time. You can't forgive them. Like, they're always reminding me. But I'm like, now I'm to a point, I'm like, I don't even want to like have the chance to forgive you. Don't fucking speak to me ever.
Oh, 100%. And I have like a couple like that.
I had this question asked to me the other day. Do you get jealous when your friends hang out with other friends?
Did someone ask you to ask this? Oh my God. Up until the last like probably year or two, I had the worst jealousy with my friends. I'm like, no, that's my friend. That's my best friend. And I used to like,
So if like somebody called her best friend, you'd be like, actually, bitch, let me.
I'm like, yeah, did she? So that makes us best friends, right? Okay, no. But no, for real, I even, like, I used to always be like, I have FOMO. No, bitch, I'm jealous. Like, why didn't you ask me to go? Why didn't you? Like, I introduced you. What about me? Like, I literally would get to that point, and now I'm just like, I'm so glad that, like, when I hang out, I'm going to use as an example. When I hang out, the things that we do are almost completely different than what she does with my friend. And that's totally fine. And I, for the longest time, could never grasp that. It was just like, what did I do wrong? Why am I not so good of a friend to where, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would always like pick apart myself.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not that deep, Kirsten. Like, you aren't the problem. There's no problem. Yeah. She can have other friends.
When I was asked this, I said no, because I've never been.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's because at such a young age got completely opposite friends. That's, you know, I don't fuck with her friend group. She hates mine. At a young age, I was like, oh, like my best friend who's always just wanted to be my friend, you know, it's like a whole new group. And I was like, what did I do? Yeah. And then my mom was just like, her friends want to fuck around and find out, and you're not allowed to yet. Okay. And so I think I just kind of grew out of that. Yeah. Have you had friends that get boyfriends and don't know how to balance?
Oh yeah, my whole life, which is so funny because so my dad and I are super close. He's my best friend. Yeah. Like, he knows more than he probably should. Yeah. And he's always said, like, don't stop hanging out with your friends because you have a boyfriend, because what happens when you don't have that boyfriend? And in that moment, you're like, what do you mean? We're going to be together forever. And I'm like, oh, my boyfriend, like, I'm hanging out with my boyfriend. And my dad's like, no wonder your friend isn't asking you to hang out. Like, well, I'm like crying about them not asking to hang out. Really? 100%. And he's like, and so I've always told myself, and I started my relationship with Jacob saying, like, you need to have your friends and I need to have my friends. Yes. And then it progressed to our friends are hanging out, or I'll hang out with his friend and their girlfriend, and then we become friends. Yeah. And like so forth. So yeah, I have made sure to be able to balance that as much as I can. I'm not saying that there hasn't.
You also now are. This isn't just like, oh, my boyfriend, like, and he's not really around my friends. Your friends are always around, and this is your husband.
100%.
So I just think that's very different. Yeah. Yes.
Well, even like before though, like before he would like come home from work, and I'd be like, hey, I don't work tomorrow. The girls want me to go have a fire. And he's like, seriously, I work. And I'm like, well, I didn't invite you, honey. I'm going to go. And he's like, dumbfounded. And this was years ago. But I'm going to hang out with my friends. I'll be home later. Mm-hmm. Like, or I'll see you tomorrow, like in high school. Like, I would always be like, nope, it's a girl's day. Like, I'm going to have a girl's day. And like, I made that very clear with him that my friends were super important to me. And he's respected that boundary, like, the entire relationship. Like, I don't think I've ever had, like, a situation where he's like, "Absolutely not." And I'm like, "Absolutely yes." Like, I mean, maybe once or twice, like, but that's, like, going out, like, talking about, like, we're gonna go rage at a bar, and he's like, "You literally work tomorrow," and he checks me.
I think, in my life, there's been once or twice, 100%. But I think, like, with especially, like, the friendship breakup that, like, tore me apart.
Yeah.
No, I just will never. Nope. Sorry. I don't think I'll ever understand that whole situation just because, like, I've had multiple boyfriends and
Can still have friendships.
I still kept my friendships. I'm like, want to take me to dinner? And I'd be like, well, can you come? And he'd be like, yeah, of course. Mind you, I think just this friendship was happening breakup was happening at the worst time. Like, my parents were being separated.
Yeah.
And this friendship wanted to, like, end then. So, like, that just made it 10 times worse.
It's like double the heartbreak right there.
It was double. And so when she wanted to come over for even, like, an hour or so, he'd be like, I'm picking you up in 30. It's just so weird. Like,
It's like, so you're choosing him over literally me sitting in my bedroom crying because my parents are getting a divorce or, like, splitting?
And, like, that's a lot of the times why they end is because they don't know how to balance. And I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not going to be around in a year when you figure out how to balance your life.
I know what you mean, but, like, our friendship needs to be some type of priority. And if you can't make it any kind of priority, then why would I prioritize you at all? Why would I want to be in your life? I don't want you in my life.
And, like, I get work and education. Those should be your top priority. 100%. That is yourself. Your mental health should be all things.
I was going to say.
But, like, if it's your boyfriend, then your mental health, then, like, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, this friend was not.
Like, you watched her transform into somebody you didn't know.
That's why.
Yeah. And it's hard.
And everybody's messaging me and be like, and I'm like, I don't know. She couldn't balance me.
Asking you, like, please stick around, and you're like, absolutely not. Yeah, me, I can't do it.
No, yeah.
And, like, I see that part because there are so many people that have to do that for themselves, especially given situations that in traumas that some people have gone through. And, like, you have your own shit, you have your own baggage, and if your friend can't be there for you, then why do you have to be there for them when you have your own shit to take care of?
I see what you mean by that because, like, no, I sit back and, like, I'm with that whole thing because that happened almost a year ago. So I sit back and I'm like, you know what? I so could have just been around. She doesn't contact me for a few months. I love her. I make sure to tell her I love her. Things didn't have to go down the way they did. But then I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck because it wasn't just, like, me saying anything. It was straight her going to somebody being like, well, she's bossy. I'm glad she's not my friend. I'm glad da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, babe, we're not actually going to do that.
You're like, so I actually was trying to be, like, peaceful about this, and now you're...
So I'm like, if fire wasn't fed to the fire, and I'm not saying, like, oh, whatever, like, hit a bitch because she hits you.
Yeah.
But, like...
No, but hit a bitch because she hits you.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm not saying hit her first. Because that's the more mature, you know what I mean? Like, you have to think, like, okay, I'm trying to be mature. I'm going to keep, that's happened to me. I'm going to be mature. I'm going to keep shit to myself. I'll hear a couple things. I've heard a couple things. And then I'm quiet until I hear too many times, 3 too many times. And it's like, okay, it's not even the truth.
Do you ever want to text those people
But keep going.
Do you ever want to text after you've heard, like, even just one thing? And you said, like, you've heard it multiple times. But, like, after even one thing and being like, actually, shut the fuck up. I know the truth.
Well, and it's, like, the thing is, too, is, like, you can say something to them. You can text them. And you can be like, look, I'm hearing this, blah, 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 blah. It depends on how you go about it. I chose the route of staying quiet until I couldn't. Not just once, a couple times throughout my, everything. But this more recent time, a couple years ago, I was like, okay, I heard it, ignore it, whatever, shrugged it, heard it again, shrugged it, heard it from someone who doesn't even know me, who reported back to their family member who is one of my best friends. And I'm like, hold on, what did they say? What? I'm like, you know, and I know. We know exactly how that happened. And that is not how that happened. So why are you misconstruing it? Like, what do you get out of that? Like, are you trying to hurt someone who was your best friend for so long? Like, I don't understand that. Like that's something I know I'll never do.
No.
I'll never sit there and tear down somebody, even if they've torn me down. I will say you, and I'll tell my truth, and I'll tell my side, because everyone says there's 3 sides to a story. There's her side, and the truth. I'll tell my truth. My truth is that did not happen. And actually, this could happen. Just kidding. I don't tell people what actually happened because that's that's me being the bigger person. I could go out and just be like, this is actually what happened during this time.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it got twisted and onto me, but that is not what happened. It's just the way I've more recently tried to allow myself to take on a situation. And the thing is believe it or not, there's been more than one occasion that I have texted this person, and knowing that I have done very little wrong. I'm not going to say I'm not perfect. You know, I have said my shit, like I said, one too many times too far. I'm going to sit there and tell my truth.
Yeah.
But I have texted this person and be like, look, listen, this is not how I wanted this to go down. I love you. You have been in my life for so long.
And they don't respond.
And I don't get a response. And you know what, though? It affected me more behind the scenes than anyone ever saw.
Yeah.
Because that is like a hit of reality of like, wow, to me, it's bigger. It should be a bigger situation to me rather than her. But to her, it's a bigger situation. And I'm like, you let that situation that had to do with me make you not want to be my friend and talk the shit that you talk? Why? I should be the one doing that. You should be the one texting me and saying, I'm so sorry for making you feel that way. You also made me feel this way, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. I would not be opposed for her telling me how I made her feel and us being able to be mature about it and talk about it.
I love conversations that are like, hey, I feel this way. An I feel conversation.
Yeah.
So proactive.
Yeah.
But like when you're sitting here and you're like, well, you did this and you did this, or your man or your whatever, you're like, what?
I'm like, why can't we just be like, this is how you made me feel? Why did you make me feel like this? Explain the fucking
say sorry, maybe.
And then apologize, because on both sides, there's apologies that are needed.
That's what I don't understand. It's like one of my situations. It's like, I will say sorry. But you're just looking for yes, I am so in the wrong. I am so sorry. Oh my God, for you to walk away perfect. You don't get to walk away perfect.
Yeah.
If you also hurt me, please say sorry, or just like understand why maybe I am a little upset as well. We both are allowed to be upset. That's fine. But like, I'm not going to take all of this.
No.
Because I shouldn't.
Well, also, I mean, obviously I valued the friendship more. Because to me, again, on the outside looking at it, affected me more than it affected her. It really just, like I keep saying, it depends on the person, because I'm still to this day, there's been instances where there's been traumatic things that have happened, and I want to reach out and make sure that she's okay. I want to be like, hey, look, listen, I just can't get myself to do it because I've already done it once and there was zero response. So it's just like, so I clearly value this more than it is. So why am I trying? Because you don't care as much as I care.
I've texted probably, it's like so sad. It's like delivered, like months.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so she recently graduated a school.
Yeah.
I just commented on her mom's thing and I was like, I am so proud of you. That's all I could do, because I wasn't going to send you the night text of it being delivered.
Yeah.
Like, it's been multiple. And the last, like, I think it was like one of the first times she started leaving me on deliberate. I was like, I would love to be your friend. We can move past this.
Yeah.
She didn't respond. After the last time, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
She actually doesn't know.
She didn't value your friendship at all. I have a question though. Do you guys have each other blocked on anything?
No.
Do you? No. I have unblocked, but I had to block for myself because I was consumed by it. Because I wanted to keep, we have been so in touch with our lives for the last 15 years that I was just like, how's she doing? Is she okay? I genuinely was like wanted to be happy for her, even if it's silently. That's just how I am. And sometimes like my other friends around me are like, fuck, what are you doing? And I'm like, that's just me. You know what I mean? But that's exactly, and that's why I'm like, you can feel that way. That's fine. My other friends, they'll tell me, they're there for me. That's the other thing, as I haven't had those second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth text messages like you have. I've done a couple, but I've had I'm such an open book. I've told you this before. That's why I was okay with doing this with you, is like, I talked to them. I'm like, look, listen, guys, I texted her. And they're like, why? She doesn't care.
I don't tell my friends when I text.
See, and I can't. I feel like a weird, like, I don't want to say guilty. I'm not guilty for it, but like, I just know.
I'm glad you do.
Yeah.
Because your friends tell you.
I get that advice. I get that, like, support. Like, what are you doing? Like, you have us. And then I feel bad at some point. 'Cause I'm like, shit, they just don't feel like they're good enough friends. But that's not the case. I just hate being, like, on bad terms with people, too. And again, someone who's been my friend for 15 years, I'm like, the last thing I want to do is never talk to you again. And like you see things, especially on social media, with things that like just tragically happen and like, you know, people die and people, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just so scary. And I'm just like, it's just not worth it to me to be on bad terms with somebody like that.
Yeah. Let's go back to blocking. I don't block. I know a lot of people do. Well, I have recently.
Yeah.
I don't like to block because in a way it's like saying like I don't care if you're even like there.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't do it. And then I actually did it recently for the first time like 2 months ago with a guy, because I've never blocked guys either.
Yeah.
Any of my exes, I've always made sure like I'm always here for you. But I feel like I've always been blocked. He was the first one to block me. And I'm like, okay, but I feel like that, like she was always searching and looking for me.
Mhm.
So it's like, she knows I don't look her up. I don't care. She's so irrelevant in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm like, babe, why am I blocked still? So whatever. What's your biggest advice for girls going through like a friendship breakup in like high school?
I just feel like it's never that deep. I mean, I'm not saying you have to be friends with someone because they hurt you, but just realize that it's never that deep to hold any kind of like hatred or anything like, especially in high school. Now, I'm not saying everything that could happen, like any instance isn't that deep, but majority of the time it's not that deep. And watch your mouth.
My biggest thing, especially in high school, I mean, like they were older, so like I just wanted to believe them. I just feel like I was trusting people that trusted other people. Like that's still, I mean, it's,
100%.
That's why I wanted to do this episode a lot with you too, because it's like you go through friendship breakups at the age of 15, 20, 25, 30. Like it never ends. And so I'm like, it doesn't even matter. Like you have gone through similar things at different ages of me. I just feel like you can trust a girl who trusts like 20 different people. And I'm like,
And that's scary.
and that's the scariest thing in this world.
100% is like, and the thing is that was probably my downfall is like, I've always said I'm an open book. And so when I would feel like somebody valued a friendship the way I valued a friendship or was just as close as a friend to me as I considered them, that's when I would trust them. And then, you know, and that's how like drama and gossip get started is because one person trusts another and it turns into whatever it turns into.
Yeah.
I'm not even there completely at 26 years old, learned who I can trust.
It's just hard. I think it was so hard with like the stuff because I was like, holy shit, that was my adult friendship.
Yeah.
So like if I can't trust you, bitch, the
one of your first like adult friendships, like off on your own.
Let's take a break from that. Let's go to the fact of when people, so like someone was assuming this podcast is just talking shit. And I'm like, see, then you one, haven't listened, or two, you don't even know what the fuck talking shit is, because here I am talking with somebody that's just gone through similar things, experiencing life, talking about their experience in life. If you genuinely feel like that is talking shit, then like, you need to go to a therapist
because it's not that deep.
Like, talk about your things then, maybe out loud.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, don't let people walk on you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and I don't think that, like, and if you're so, like, if that bothers you, then what are you hiding? Like, what are you so nervous it's going to be?
What are you hiding?
What are you so nervous it's going to be talked about? Because, again, I don't know if you know, not necessarily you, but the people that are sitting here asking, like, about the podcast, like I don't feel the same way you feel. So me going on there is like totally fine because I'm not going to sit here and completely bash you and talk trash and do whatever. Like it's nothing to you. It's not that deep. It's a podcast.
So and then I ask if they were to come on here, is that what they were going to do?
Oh, like talk trash? Yes.
So babe, you were going to do that then? If I asked you to come on?
Would that, yeah, is that what immediately goes to your head? Does it still bother you that much that's what goes to your head, that what's going to be topic of conversation? Because I have so much more I can talk about. And holy crap, have I been able to like slow my life down, make my circle smaller and just like enjoy what I'm in. And now I have bigger problems. I have way bigger problems than all of this drama.
Back to like the haters. We kind of talked about this in me and Apple's episode, or it's almost the thing that you said, like, oh, what are they hiding?
Well, and just let them. You know what I mean? Like, I remember earlier yesterday, I said, get that tattoo. That's cute. Let them. Let
them eat my ass.
Like, let them shut the fuck up. Yeah, no, but I mean, just let them. And that's kind of like, and if you don't, like,
let them shut the fuck up. Can I get that tattoo?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but I get it. I get that. You're like so let them theory. And I love that. Like, I really like, I will let them to a point.
Yeah.
But when it's like been a point.
I mean, And that's what I was saying. Like, there will come a time where you're just like, I'm just gonna fucking let them talk their shit. There will eventually. Once you find like for example, I have my person, I have my husband. We're trying to conceive. Like, we have our own problems, and so I'm just going to let them talk their talk, and I will just do me.
Have you ever had friends that like you honestly kind of want to be really close to them, but you've just grown apart? Nothing happened. Yeah, like you've just grown apart.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying before, I do have a ton of like people that like they're off doing different things than what I do. Like I said, I have friends that are still like in that party phase and they want to go out to the bars and like hang out and chill, and that's totally fine. I'm probably not gonna go. Call me. I might be able to pick you up. I might be stoned. So I might not be able to, but I'll find you a ride. That's something too. You need me, I'll get there. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. They always say, like, when you get married, you have babies, you find out who your friends are. And thankfully for my friends anyways, they don't have to feel like that with me. Like, my friends that have babies, I'm there. I mean, up until recently when I hurt my knee, I'm there like once or twice a week, every other week. Like, I make sure I go see them and their babies, and we always find a way to like hang out every once in a while. But there's people that are just like off doing their own thing, and like, I'm supporting you. I'm cheering you on. Like, I'm so happy for you. Like I was saying, those friends that are friends with people that I don't really talk to anymore. And I love that for them. Like, they're off like getting careers and like, getting engaged and like, and I'm so like, I love love. I love like being happy for somebody else and like supporting someone else, because like I have been there where I feel when I don't need to feel this way, but I've allowed myself to feel this way where I feel like I'm not as like supported, or people don't understand where I'm coming from, and like that's hard. Yeah. But I used to always try to like keep in touch with everybody, and like I still beat myself over like not being a good enough friend because I didn't reach out to them. I haven't reached out to them. I haven't hung out with them. Like, I have a friend right now, she's pregnant, and I haven't seen her as much as I would like. And like, she'll send me like a random snap, and I'm like, oh my God, but like, we're doing different things right now. Like, I'm busy. I have my photography. I had an injury. Like, and she's
Life happens.
pregnant. You know what I mean? So yeah. And like, we have drifted, like, I have friends that have drifted apart. I still wish them well. I still want them to do well. I'm still there, texting them or commenting and congratulating them and supporting them. But like I said, my circle went from here to here, not all bad. It went from like what I can like mentally manage.
Have any of your friends like put you, or like ex-friends maybe, put you in a situation that you're like, oh my God, I should have left then?
Like left the friend?
Yeah. Because you're also a friend like me. I'm going to lie. I'm going to lie for my friend. Like, if she's doing something stupid, I'm going to tell you, like, yeah. But if, like, somebody asks me, I'm be like, no, she didn't do that. Or, like, completely, like, have her back.
Yeah, I've been put in situations where I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do?
Do you stay the friend?
Oh, some of them. Some of them that... So, like, I've been put in situations with people that I have more... Not more recently, but at the time had more recently become friends with them. And I'm like, oh, this is like not what I want to be. Like, yeah, I don't like this. I don't want to be surrounded by this. I don't want to be here. Why am I here? Why do I have to do this? Like, I don't understand. And then there's like really close friends, when they put me in situations like that, I look at it differently. I'm like,
I do too.
I'm like, oh, I love you. Why are you putting me in this situation? What do I do? Like, you know what I mean? But it's like,
I think those friends also then deserve a convo. Like, I'll be like, hey, best friend, like, that I shouldn't, I was wrong.
Oh, 100%.
But then, like, those friends you just became friends with, it's like, you don't even deserve one. I'm piecing the fuck
out. It's like, oh, I just can't do this. It's too much for me. And like with the other ones, the conversations were there. They were had. And they know how I feel about the situations that they put me in. And I'm just like, I love you. And this is why I didn't cross that boundary. And I didn't, you know what I mean? But like, I need you to understand that. Oh,
they do.
It's hard. Oh my God. I hate it.
Honestly, I feel like we could just be like going in circles forever, probably. We could go on and on. I feel like we should just end here.
Yep.
This probably will be back, especially if you guys love it. And even if you hate it, I don't give a fuck.
I'll be here. I mean, I know what I said. I know everything was fine. So I'm like,
if anybody wants to contradict what we said, you can definitely be welcome on the podcast. Another C. She will order another chair.
I have 4.
But I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow Kirsten. You're gonna see some of the photos she did with me, and I cannot wait. She's so cute.
Mind you, they're in my living room too.
You guys are gonna love them.
We took them in my living room.
I can't wait. We need a behind the scenes. Bye, guys. Bye.